recently I did a video where I went through my entire makeup collection and I had music overhead and I showed you everything that I owned. If you're not here for makeup content though, and you found my channel because of perfume, I thought I could do something similar for you because I am also trying to downsize my perfume this year. So I'm just gonna go through alphabetically by house, which loosely alphabetically by house, and show you everything that I currently own, and with a couple of exceptions. Anything that I already have on my declutter bin, I'm not counting. And then I'm not going to show, I'm like looking over, I'm not going to show you like my travel size or my sample or anything like that. So really anything under, well, some of them are like 1/3 of an ounce and some are even 1/2 ounce. But any of the ones I consider travel size, if you want to see a different video including those, I can do that. But these are just like my full size standalone bottles that I am showing. I'm also not going to show you my dossier either because I do plan on doing a full dossier review with all of the dossier that I have. I did do one with 28 of their scents, which I can leave linked up here for you. But I did get like, I don't know, like around 21 new scents, and I'll be doing an upcoming video on that as well. So if you're curious about that, go ahead and subscribe for when that video does come up. So anyway, we're gonna start with the letter A, and I'm not gonna tell you a whole lot about each fragrance. If you want a full review on a fragrance or you want it compared to something, let me know. I think this video is going to be really helpful. Just you can kind of see what I have if there's anything that you're curious about. So starting with the letter A, I have Aqualina Pink Sugar here. This is a straight up sweet cotton candy, sugary, slightly citrusy kind of smell. First one, I'm already kind of describing the scent. Sometimes I just can't help it. But I'm gonna try not to. The second one I have here is Atelier, is it Bloem? Atelier Bloem? I don't know. But this is called William. This is a almost like cologne neroli scent. It doesn't last very long on the skin, which is very disappointing for how expensive this fragrance house is. The next is Acqua de Parma. I actually find them to be quite similar. There are some differences, but I find this is like a shirt I like to wear in the summer when there's a breeze and I'm like wearing like a linen outfit or a white button up. It's like really crisp. I would say it's actually more crisp than this one, and I need to stop. Like I can't help myself. And then this is Atelier Cologne Vanille Insensee. I do have backups of this, actually one backup. They stopped selling this in the US and I'm devastated. I've gone through a couple other full-size bottles, and once what I have is gone, I guess it's gone unless I go to Europe and I'm able to pick it up over there. And then the last from A's is Ariana Grande Cloud. A lot of people say that this is a dupe for Baccarat Rouge, and I do have a video coming up comparing all of those like sorts of Baccarat Rouge dupes or alternatives, and this will be included in the video, so I'll talk more about it there. But just to kind of give you a heads up, it is quite different and I would not consider this to be like a dupe. Okay, so I had one A like straggler kind of hanging out that I completely forgot about because it's in this case here, and this is Atelier Colognes, and this is Bois Blonde. It's a light woody scent. I use this as a mixer in with the vanilla if I want to make it a little bit more woody. This isn't really one that I typically wear on its own, but it is a beautiful fragrance. All right, and now we're gonna jump into Beauty Pie. This is what I have left from my Beauty Pie fragrances. If you want to see, I have 2 video reviews, one with their new fragrances, one with all of the old fragrances that I will have linked below. I think I'm only allowed so many cards up here throughout the video. So any videos that are corresponding to any of the fragrances I mentioned here, I will have those linked below. But what I have left here, I have Orange Absolute, and this is one that I kind of foresee myself possibly getting rid of in the future. Right now I have everything organized alphabetically so that I can do this video. But after that, I kind of plan on organizing by scent family and time of year. And I think that's gonna really help me to downsize my fragrances, because if I have multiple kind of like citrusy orange scents next to each other, I have a feeling that this is gonna kind of be at my bottom, like at the bottom of them. But this is nice. It just doesn't wear very long, and I think I have some in my collection that are a little bit better. Also from Beauty Pie, this was a limited edition last year around Christmas, and they came back out with it this year. I don't know if they're gonna make it permanent, but this is the Une Balade en Foret? I don't know. But this is a beautiful kind of pine and orange scent. And then the 3 new ones that they came out with, again, I did full reviews, but the Figuer did Dalmatie, I don't know. I mean, autumn, like at this point I need to just take a French class. La Poesie de Chiffres, I don't know. Shameful. And then Angeliques Letters. This one's my favorite out of the 3 that I just showed you. I would say that this one, hold on. No. This one right here smells a lot like Terry Mugler's Angel. It's kind of got that sugary patchouli kind of smell to it. And then this one right here to me smells like a fruity kind of suntanny, like summery vacation kind of fragrance. If from their old line, if you liked their heliotrope fragrance, this would be a good alternative for you. All right, I only have one from Balenciaga, and it's Florabotanica. I love this fragrance. It's beautiful and it's light. And it's a nice light, it's a green scent. And the bottle is like super interesting. So from the front you kind of see the blue, and then you turn because of the red, and then it kind of like shows through. It's a really interesting bottle. Okay, here I have Berdoues. I have 3 fragrances from them. I have Oud al Sahara. I have Assam of India, which is a beautiful tea scent. Absolutely love that one. And I have Vanira Morrea, which is a beautiful kind of vanilla scent. I have one from Bobbi Brown, and this is Beach. This is another one that I have purchased multiples of, and I think I'm on my 2nd or 3rd bottle of this one. This is my favorite sort of summery suntan lotion kind of scent. It's suntan lotion without being overly suntan lotion and like coconutty. It's absolutely beautiful. I have this one from Bohemian Reves. This is Desert Fleur. My friend Amy suggested this one to me. And it's a beautiful sort of patchouli vanilla scent. It's a little bit boozy, and I think it's boozy because of the type of vanilla that's used in it. And I have quite a few Banana Republic scents. I did have more, and I don't know if I sold them or gave them away, or if maybe my husband might have some of them downstairs on his dresser. I didn't look and bring any of those up. But what I do have up here is I have the Peony and Peppercorn. And I know for sure that still down on his dresser, we have the Neroli Woods one. And then I got smart, and I went to the Banana Republic outlet near me, and they actually had all of these smaller ones because I knew I couldn't get through those larger bottles. So they had all of these smaller ones at the outlet for less than $10 each. So that's kind of the way to go. But I did get Black Platinum, Cypress Cedar, Oud Mosaic, Linen Vetiver, Vintage Green, and Pure White. If you're wanting like a full comprehensive video on those, let me know, and I'll kind of spend some time with them, wearing them and testing them so that I can do that for you. Those fragrances, I don't know if they are still making them, but you can still find them affordably through the Banana Republic outlets, and also I've seen them on Fragrantica for pretty cheap prices. I know that they had like a cult following for a while though. So then I have 4 of these Bon Parfumer fragrances. I have 602, which is, I mean, can we not do French? There's cedar, patchouli, and whatever the top note is. This one is 102, which is tea, cardamom, and mimosa. This is 701, eucalyptus, coriander, cypress. And 402, which is vanilla, caramel, santal. All right, and then we're gonna hop into Burberry. This first one here is the Eau de Parfum of Burberry Brit for her. So I do have the Eau de Toilette also, or I guess my daughter does. She took that one. This one though, I'm kind of on the fence about. There's something in it that feels a little bit heavy to me. So definitely this is a winter one for me. I'm kind of on the fence about it. That may be one this year also that I just go ahead and give the boot. This one is really interesting. It's Burberry Touch. I never really hear anybody talk about it, but it's got a lot of really interesting notes. It's got red pepper in it. It also has peach in it, and it's got some berries. It's kind of like light and spicy and fruity and green all at the same time. It's actually really interesting. I love that one for spring. Actually, summer too. This one, a lot of people say is a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. This is also like the nose for this fragrance is also Maison Francis Kirk de Jean. He created this, and this is also, what is this called? Burberry Her. Okay. I might have said that on the bottom, and I just thought that it meant for her. Either way, this is very similar, but this is a more strawberry fragrance. But I can definitely tell that it was made by the same perfumer. It kind of seems like a more sort of strawberry based, more feminine version of Baccarat Rouge. And then I have this one, which is beautiful, and it's got beautiful green notes. And this is just my Burberry. And then the last one I have is, I've gone through multiple bottles of this, but I don't really wear it as much now. I think I keep it around for nostalgia's sake. But this is the fragrance I wore all through college. And just the smell of it just brings me back. It's like a deep sort of ambery vanilla peach. I just love this scent. It's a little bit boozy. Yeah, loving it. And then this is Billie Eilish's fragrance. It's a vanilla fragrance. And it's almost like a gourmand kind of like, sort of like vanilla extract kind of vanilla, if that makes sense. All right, so now we've made it into C's, and I want to start with Coach. So I have this one that I haven't really worn a whole lot, and this has like rose and raspberry and musk in it. It's actually a really beautiful scent. And here's another thing. Coach fragrances I find are just very pleasing. They almost have like that super clean, fun, sort of like shampoo-y type smell that I think would be pleasing to anybody. I think out of all the Coach fragrances that I have, I would say Coach is the perfect fragrance line to wear to the office. Although I shouldn't like be doing like reviews right now. I'm just showing you what I have. But anyway, I have this one, and you can see on the back it says tester. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but it has a tester kind of sticker on it with the information about it on here. And sometimes on FragranceNet, you can buy the testers, which I don't know what they are, the testers, but you can buy the tester fragrance for cheaper than the original. And sometimes the tester doesn't come with a cap on it. But the cool thing is this fragrance doesn't come with a cap anyway. This is just the way it is. And I think, is that what it, yeah, the top will twist to close it off. Oh, okay. Does it twist? Yeah, it'll twist this way to where you can't spray it. Either way, that's how you turn this one on and off. And then I also have this one from Coach. And this is Coach Love. Did I say what this one was? This is just Coach Eau de Parfum. Coach Love. And then I have this one, which is, I believe, Coach Poppy. No, Poppy Flower. I think Poppy might just be the red one, and then Poppy Flower is the pink one. Again, all of them very pleasing. I think anybody could get away with wearing them. Well, anybody can get away with wearing anything. But I think those are all fragrances that you could wear and you would smell good. And I don't think any of them are offensive. None of them stand out to me. Like, I would not smell those and be like, oh my gosh, I have to have them. But I also think that they are easy fragrances if you don't know what to wear, to just spray yourself down. You're not going to offend anybody. Like, they're nice. Okay, so then I have Clinique here. And I have a lot of the aromatics. I have the original Aromatics Elixir, and then I also have the Aromatics Elixir, and this is supposed to be the Eau de Toilette. And let me just tell you, and I think this one's the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Toilette is still equally strong. I bought it thinking that maybe it would be more wearable because it's a very strong scent. It's not. But what I will tell you is I find these to be, like you can see I've used quite a bit of them. I find these to be very comforting scents, and I actually like to wear them to bed. They, to me, kind of seem more like spa scents. they're just very herbal, and I really like that about them. And so they're some of my favorites to wear to bed. And these right here, I have the aromatics in black. These are not as strong of fragrances as the elixirs are. And the one in black here, I recently just featured it in my video where I did like winter florals. This is just, again, a beautiful wintry sort of floral. And then the one in white, I think this is a beautiful white spring floral. So then there is Clinique Calyx. This actually is a perfume that used to be marketed by Prescriptives. And when Prescriptives went out of business, Clinique picked up this fragrance. And this is a beautiful, lush green, like fruity guava scent. I've never really smelled anything like it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm a big fan of this. It's one that I like to wear. It reminds me of a humid day between spring and summer. Like when you've got the vegetation going, like maybe you're walking through a botanical garden. It's so pretty. Again, one of those expensive shampoo kind of scents. Well, maybe not expensive shampoo, maybe just shampoo. I find that expensive shampoo uses less fruity notes. Okay, and then we have Clinique. This is from their My Happy line, and the whole purpose behind this line is they have a lot of like smaller bottles like this. This is the full size, but you're supposed to be able to like mix them together. So you get a couple of different scents you like and you spray them all on together. I'm not really a mixer. Every now and then I will mix. Either way, this one's called Cookies and Kisses, and I completely forgot about this when I did my vanilla video. I'll also have that linked down below if you're curious, but I went through, myself and my friend Amy, we went through about 40 vanilla fragrances, kind of comparing them and talking about them and sniffing them. This one should have made it in there. It's actually a really gorgeous vanilla fragrance. All right, and then I have two from Clarins. I have Eau Dynamisante or Eau Dynamisante, I don't know. And then Eau de Jardins, I don't know. Either way, these are what I would like to call kind of like spa, like uplifting spa body sprays. And essentially that's what they are. These, I kind of hesitate to put them in with perfumes, and maybe I should just kind of like leave them. They're not face sprays, even though I think some people in the reviews said they were spraying them on their face and they didn't like it. But they also don't hang out on your skin a long time and like wear like a fragrance. It's more of like an uplifting like spray mist situation. This one is kind of like lemony and herbally, and then this one I find to be a little bit more fruity. And I ought to look at the notes, but it almost seems like grapefruit is in it instead of like lemon in this one. It's still a citrus of some kind that's in that one. All right, and then I have this, and this is from Comptoir Sud Pacifique, and this is Vanille Apricot. And it's exactly what it says it is. It is apricot and vanilla. And then I have one Chanel fragrance, and this is Coco Eau de Parfum. This is another one I have a hard time wearing on its own, like an everyday kind of fragrance. But these sort of like older styled fragrances that are super strong like this, I find so comforting to wear to bed. So this is one also that I would wear to bed, not like wear to bed for like sexy time, but like wear to bed to feel comforted, almost like an aromatherapy situation. This is one that I, would possibly use that for. Then I have two from Chloe. I have Nomad, which is just a beautiful sort of fruity scent. I think they were trying to like start marketing towards like a younger crowd when they made this one. And then I have this one, which I believe is discontinued, and this is C by Chloe C. Bell, and this is the Eau de Parfum. This is one of those that I would kind of lump together in with those Coach fragrances as pleasing to everybody, beautiful office fragrance. All right, so I have two more brands under C, but I have a lot of perfumes in these two brands. The first one is Clean. And so I have Clean Skin, and then I also have Clean Ultimate Beach Day. Clean Skin is like a beautiful sweet musk. It almost smells like it has like a sweetened vanilla in it. And there is a differentiation between, it's the same brand, but there's also the Clean Reserve, and I'll talk about that when they also have one called Skin. And then this is the Clean Ultimate Beach Day. suntan lotion vibes. Okay, and then I guess I will start off with the one I just mentioned, which is the Clean Reserve Skin Blend. I find this to be so similar to the other, only slightly sweeter, a little bit lighter, more uplifting, slightly more refined, but I think they're both beautiful. And then I have this one, which is Rain. They also have Rain in the regular clean line, so that's why some of these in parentheses say the Reserve blend, because they are slightly different. I tend to like the Reserve blend more than the other clean fragrances, but I don't like all of them, if that makes sense. This one I have right here is called Amber Saffron. I've never really heard anybody talk about it, but when I got into the clean fragrances, I wanted to try this one because I like Baccarat Rouge, and those are like two of the notes that are in Baccarat Rouge. And to me, this kind of smells like a less sweet, watered down version of Baccarat Rouge. I will be featuring it and talking about it in my Baccarat Rouge dupe or alternative video, but I did also want to mention it here if you were curious about it. I have this one called Sweet Briar and Moss. Then I have Suède Oud. Suède Oud. And it's a straight up, it's a light oud, so not a heavy one, but it's just a straight up oud scent. That one would be good for mixing if you wanted to add a little bit of depth to something super sweet. I think that would be a great one to kind of like put in the mix. And then I have Celle Santal. I'm gonna have to try it a few more times. This smells so gorgeous in the bottle. But then once I spray it on my skin and wear it for a while, it kind of goes a little bit like salty sour on my skin. Kind of like that smell you get after the gym, like you haven't showered and you're getting kind of gross. That's kind of what this starts to smell like on me. So I'm going to try it a few more times, and if not, that might be one that I end up passing along. And then the last one I have here is Blonde Rose. And it's just a light woody rose scent. Okay, and then the last brand that falls under the C category is Commodity. I have quite a few of their fragrances. I used to have more. I have sold or given away a couple of them. And probably after I do like a full comprehensive video on Commodity, I will probably go ahead and downsize a little bit more, but I will show you what I have. I'm gonna start off with the ones that from their old line. I guess now they call them like their archive scents, or I forget what they call them, but there's some that they haven't come back out with. So Commodity went under as a brand, and then somebody else then bought them out, and then they came back with their fragrances, and they came back with like some new fragrances, but then also they brought back some of the old ones and then expanded on them. But a lot of these haven't been brought back yet. So these are two that haven't. I have Leather and Bergamot, and then I have Vetiver. All of these have not been brought back. This one is Nectar, which this was for like their more feminine leaning line. So they used to have like three lines, one for men, one for women, and then one, you know, that was like kind of like unisex, could be worn by either, which they claimed all their fragrances were unisex before, but they had different labels, and you could kind of tell from the label like how feminine to how masculine it was going to be. Like these were definitely the more masculine scents. Either way, the ones with the white labels were usually more feminine marketed. Like Gold used to be the white label. They had one called, I think, Rain, like that sort of thing. But anyway, this one is Nectar, and it's a beautiful sort of like spring, like lush floral scent. This one also has not been brought back. This is Bois. And this is the kind of container that was like kind of more unisex. But yeah, this hasn't been brought back. I wish they would bring this back because it is a beautiful fragrance. Then there's Whiskey, which is so funny now that I guess maybe there's some trademarking on whiskey or something like that. I have no idea why, but now they literally have asterisks on all the letters except for W and Y, and it almost makes me think of like weenie when I look at it. But yeah, it's a beautiful sort of like whiskey scent. They have Gin, and I don't believe this one is back yet either. wool. I believe wool has come back. Maybe not, but there's wool. Velvet for sure is back now in the new scent space. This is a gorgeous kind of rose scent. I should have included this in my winter florals. This is a beautiful winter floral. I did include this, I believe, in my winter fragrance video, but that's a gorgeous winter floral. Here's Moss. And I don't really have to describe these scents because I feel like they do a pretty good job of describing themselves just by their name. Here's Book. This is my second one. This used to be like my all-time favorite fragrance, and I was like in a panic when they went out of business. And these are the two that I have purchased since they came back out with their fragrances. I have Gold Plus and Milk Plus, and the Plus is for their scent spaces, and the Plus just means like their bold scent space. So you can kind of see these are the more like bold sorts of fragrances. They seem to have a little bit more depth and have a little bit more throw to them, or sillage, I guess is what you say in the perfume world. And I've decided I'm going to make this like a 3 to 4 part video series, I guess. And so we're going to end this video with D. And I don't have a ton here, but I think like it's a good place to stop because this is where my first shelf stops. So all of the perfumes I've gone through so far are on my first shelf. And they end in D. So the first two I have are Dolce & Gabbana. This is from the Anthology series, I think is what they called it, and they were numbered. They haven't kept all of the scents from that series, but they're no longer numbered like the ones they did keep, which I think this might be the only one from the series that they kept, which I think is kind of silly because I am the type of person that I love when something maybe has like a number, or you can tell that they kind of go together like they're a collection. And by taking away the numeric portion and then just having the one bottle, it makes me want to buy it less. So from a marketing perspective, I think they messed up. Either way, these fragrances though are very different. This one is a super soft floral, like a barely there kind of scent. And then this one is kind of a very sharp, I think that is it's some kind of tropical fruit. Is it lychee, or it's not guava because it's not creamy enough, but it's actually quite sharp. And I find that this could use something like maybe a nice creamy vanilla or an amber or something just to kind of round it out a little bit and like take back some of that sharpness. I have two from Diptyque. I have L'Ombre d'un Lau. Again, I'm saying it wrong for sure. And then I also have Eau d'Huile, or is it Eau d'Huile or Eau d'Huile? Don't know. Either way, Eau d'Huile or Eau d'Huile is a beautiful soft vanilla scent. And then the L'Ombre d'un Lau is like a gorgeous green scent. Like very green. I have two from Christian Dior that are like full size. I have a ton of like the, I think it's like a 1/4 ounce, like little bottles that they, you know, give as like deluxe samples with Dior orders. But the two that I wanted to buy the full size for, at least so far, are the Vanilla Diorama. And I also have the Toba Color, or Tobacco Color. I don't know. I think it's Toba Color though. Those fragrances though smell so good, and it's sad to me how expensive they are because they are very, very nice. And then I have one last Dior fragrance, and this is just the Miss Dior Eau de Parfum. This is the original sort of fragrance, I believe. And I think they redid it. But here's mine. It's nice. But it isn't really something that I don't get the hype, is all I'm going to say. It's a nice fragrance. Again, it's one of those that I kind of wear to bed that I find comforting, but I don't really want to wear it on my person like out and about. Like that's not how I want the world to smell me, if that makes sense. But I find it comforting and a nice pleasant scent to smell. So anyway, those are all of the fragrances that I have from A to D, excluding Dossier. Like I mentioned before, I won't be putting any of the Dossier fragrances in this video. And if you are curious about the fragrances that I have in the letters E through Z, make sure that you're subscribed so you can see those videos when I put them up. All right, bye guys.